Hey everyone, Paul Pro Scale Models, welcome to another unboxing. Today we're going to have a look at that collector's high grade Subaru Impreza 1995 Super Detail Kit. Yes, bit of a mouthful that one, but it is. Now I built this kit many moons ago, but I built the standard car. Now this is a super detail one, so we get white metal bits, we get some photo etch, different wheels in there as well, and it's lowered. The car's lowered for the tarmac stage. Now I've got some aftermarket decals for this as well, and the proper paint colour, which is the non-Subaru colour, Pro Drive 555 blue. For this car. It's a very purpley blue. It's on our Pro Scale website. So let's go and have a look in the box, see what we get. I bought this kit for £83 off eBay. Seems to be a cheap price for the kit. I've seen them for 120 in other places. I'm going to have a look through the kit and see if it's worth the money. So let's delve in. Let's go and have a look. Right then, so a little bit of a mouthful, this kit, quite literally is. So it's Hasegawa, limited edition, as probably 90% of Hasegawa kits are, but apparently this is the collector's high-grade series, Subaru Impreza, 1995, Monte-Carlo rally winner, Super Detail. Now, what makes it Super Detail? Well, as I said previously, this kit wasn't cheap. This cost me, I think it was about £82. The standard kit is normally around, I would guess, about the £40 mark in the UK. Hasegawa kits fetch quite a lot of money in the UK. What makes this super detail is this that is included in the kit. So the standard plastic kit in there, you also get some photo etch, a resin dashboard which is really nice, and a load of white metal bits including the speed line, 6-spoke rims, brakes, suspension components and subframes, and a few other bits and bobs and photo etch. So is it worth the money? Well, I don't know. Let's have a look through the box and we'll go back to me for some final thoughts at the end. Now, we do the proper colour for this car because, believe it or not, most of these are painted in the wrong colour. From what I can see online. Now, I've been guilty of this myself and I've sprayed ones I've built before in Monte-Carlo blue, which is the road going car colour. Apparently, it's actually this colour, which is more of a purple blue. And this isn't even a Subaru colour, but it's the colour the 555 Pro Drive team used to paint the cars. And it's actually from a French company. So this is supposedly the exact colour these cars are painted. If you look at online references, you'll see in some, obviously they're older pictures nowadays, they are a purple hue rather than blue. So we have the proper colour on our site. We also have the Monte-Carlo blue, which is the road going cars colour. So you can pick that one if you'd rather have the blue. For me, when I paint this, mine will be painted in this colour. And I've got some aftermarket decals in mine as well. It's a great box art at the front, really do like that. I'll be getting put on my ceiling or wall when I'm done. Typical Hasegawa box. Inside we've got our clear parts, all the white metal bits, which I'm not happy about all this being bunged in the same bag with all the clear parts. It's literally touching it. I can see scratches and marks on the glass from here. Not good at all. I really do hate this. So there's the bag of extras. There's our resin dashboard in that bag with a load of other plastic parts as well. We've got our white metal wheels. We've got our body shell. We've got our kit decals, which are these. Now obviously, back in the day, more and more rallies weren't allowing tobacco sponsorship. So these are the kind of politically correct decals for the car. Myself and Aaron, we both bought this kit together. We've got these 555 decals we got from Le Mans Decals on eBay. As you see, they're a bit more fluorescent as well, but they do have the correct decals for the car. So we'll have a look at those as well, and then we've got the instructions in there as well. So we'll just pop all that to one side and we'll pop that there, and we'll deal with all the main plastic parts first and then come back at the extra stuff. So I've not opened this at all. Everything is still completely sealed, so you are literally seeing my first hand review of this. So let's have a little look what we got. So I can already see some very delicate B pillars. You have to be very, very careful there. Now, Hasegawa, I'm actually building the Miura at the minute as well. The Lamborghini Miura from Hasegawa. The plastic, I'm not a fan of the plastic. Now, these are often regarded as, you know, as good as Tamiya, yada, yada, yada. They're not. The plastic quality is not the same at all. Plastic's very soft. As you can see there around those vents, it's not very well defined panel lines. It does let them down. Now, I put it in probably molding wise. Nowadays, I think back in the day, it probably would have been just behind Tamiya. But I think some of the other companies out there now, like Nunu, Meng, and what have you, so many other companies, even Revel has cleaner plastic than this nowadays. And this is an old mold. This kit's going to be hailing back well into the 90s, probably from the age of this car, to be honest. So, yeah, it's not the best, but you clean it up, give it a good rescribe, and you're good to go. Now, there will be the typical seam line, which will run front to back. So it starts there, runs up those grills, up the front bumper. It'll go through that panel line, up on the edge of that door strip, over the roof there. I can see it down the back of the boot lid, down the back of the lights, through the lights there, across the back of the bumper and down. So that's going to need dealing with. Other than that, once it's been given a scuff back, redefine some of these panel lines because they're a bit shallow in places. I think it'll be alright. There's a massive like ejector pin mark. Look at the size of that thing. It almost looks like it's meant to be there. It's like a co-pilot's periscope. Hang on. Driver, wouldn't it? Driver's periscope. So yeah, plastic, meh. I could take or leave Hasegawa's plastic. It is just one of those things. But they're the only company Tamiya doesn't do a Subaru at this age. So you're kind of stuck wanting, if you want this particular car. Sorry about the rustling. Very noisy bags from Hasegawa as well. So in here we've got tyres. We've got our resin dashboard, which has very unceremoniously been cut from its pull plug. We've got more plastic, including some absolutely horrific seats. They are horrible. Hang on, there's only one seat. There is. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm saying about the quality of the plastic. So look at the exhaust. Number one, it's very softly molded. Very, very softly molded. Get it to focus. Hello, camera. Yeah, it's very soft. It's not a lot of detail there. The kit dashboard is pretty dire. You can see it there. If I get this bloody thing to focus, there we go. Yeah, the kit dashboard, very, very soft detail. Not the greatest quality molding. Yeah, this is where it lets it down. The seats are pretty nasty with some epic ejector pin marks on the back. Like I say, this is the only kind of version of this rally car that I know of that's out there, so you're kind of just stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, rough with the smooth. Like I say, it wasn't a cheap kit. It isn't a cheap kit in its standard form, so we'll talk about that at the end. But overall, there's no real flash. It's just, you can tell the mold's showing its age. Because it is definitely a bit rough. It's going to take a lot of cleanup with some sanders. Once it's done, it's done. So nothing really to look at there. We'll look at that dashboard again in a minute next to the kit, the resin one. Same seat as the other with the seat guide there as well. And again, if you look at the back, it's horrible quality plastic. You know, 20, 30 years ago, this might have been acceptable. Nowadays, a lot of companies out there supersede this massively. Even Revel nowadays, their molds are super clean compared to this. But like I say, it's an old kit, limited edition, means it's probably been released about 400 times with different decals. So it is what it is. There's the boot spoiler there. We've got our bonnet scoop as well. We've got some spotlights. Yeah, they're the low spotlights, aren't they? We've got a grille of some sort and the interior tub as well, which has very minimalistic detail on it, but it is a rally car at the end of the day, so it would be. So not a lot to look at there. A bit of rivet detail, raised detail on the partial shelf. And other than that, yeah, not much to look at there really. Very simplistic. I don't think this build is going to take a long time to do. We've got our steering wheel, our pedal box, which is, yeah, really nasty. Steering wheel is a bit of a look. We've got the helmet holder, we've got the brake calipers and disc, which we're not going to be using. We've got our spotlight covers. We've got our roof vents, which we can have open there or closed. Now, one thing I will definitely say, if you look at the box art, look at the box again, the roof vents are ever so slightly out of scale. So what I'll be looking for there is some scrap here, either from this kit or another one, and I'll just use some PE there to make my own, because they are ever so slightly out of scale there for sure. So we'll definitely be replacing those. But again, it's the same, just soft detail, which is going to be the story across the board on this. I have built this kit before. I don't remember any issues with it fit-wise, but as I said, and I will keep repeating, it is showing its age, definitely. So are the white metal parts going to make any difference? I think they will. They seem to have a bit more detail, especially on those brakes. We'll look at them when we get to them. But yeah, I think the overall verdict of this kit is just going to be really soft detail. It really is. Right, so there's those. There's your chassis now. And again, we've got a radiator intercooler, window wipers, which is about 23 of them. So we've got left and right hand options there. We must have. So a little bit of detail underneath, not a massive amount. Yeah, it's not a huge amount there. The interior mirrors there. So yeah, not a huge amount. There's going to be no engine detail on this whatsoever, I don't think. So I know a lot of people will be crying about that, but it is what it is with these kits. They are curbside. And as you can see, that's a shared sprue with the Subaru Legacy as well. So that'll be why we might be getting different window wipers as well. Right then, let's go through this. Let's see how badly damaged these clear parts are. This is a pet hate of mine. Look, why not wrap? Oh, it's broken as well. You son of a bitch. Look at that, I've got broken glass in the kit. That is not good. And that'll be the sheer weight of all this crap banging around on it. So yeah, we got broken glass now. Looking at where it sits. Let me have a look at a picture of the car. Got no rear view. So yeah, nice one. That's great. That. This is why we pack things properly. You know what? I'm going to cut that off. And we're going to have a little look at that. So this looks extremely brittle. So a tip for cutting this is when you're cutting, cut nice and slow. There you go, until you get through. The front screen is scratched to hell as well. Oh, got to get that thing off in there as well. My God, that's one thick ass piece of plastic, man. That is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's visible. Oh God. So top crack, can't see it all. Bottom crack, hardly visible. So I don't think I've got much recourse on this. Hasegawa, I don't think they're very good at spare parts. So I think what we'll do is we'll strategically place a decal there to hide that. But the top part's hidden, so that's a bonus. So it's just a lower part there. Yeah, we'll have to stick on a strategically placed decal there. So real shame, real shame, and that's down to poor packaging in the kit. That is unacceptable, really. It's just one of those things. They don't think ahead. This is what happens when companies are not really run by modelers as such and don't have the thought, but all the front of the screen scratched as well. See it all there? That's going to need polishing out, which is doable, but those cracks, they're not repairable at all. So yes, if anyone has a spare screen for one of these, let me know. I'll quite happily buy it from you. Because yeah, it's a real shame. Really is a shame. Rest of the clear part, let's have a look. So we've got the spotlights, they look alright. Standard kind of clear parts. Yeah, they'll be alright. No problem there with those. Yeah, no problem. Other than the fit might be a little bit ropey, but we'll try those in a bit. Right, so let's see what we got in here. Ooh, some transmission bits in here. Okay, we do have a bit of an engine. Oh. Yeah, not really, we don't. Anyway, let's see what we've got here. Oh, there's more PE than shown as well in the kit. It's not too bad, I suppose. Right. So let me put that in there if that gets damaged even more. Right, so we've got transmission, we've got suspension, which we're not going to use, subframes, which we're not going to use, these rear suspension, we're probably not going to use, and we've got the drivetrain there. So we've got the front rear diff, prop shaft, and what looks like fake bottom of an engine. So at least there's something there, I suppose. It's better than nothing. Me, I'm not that bothered. I don't pick these up and look underneath them. Obviously, I'm doing video builds of them, so for you guys, I guess you kind of want to see them. But for me, it's not the be-all end of the world. And again, share parts from the Legacy. So, yeah, pretty much Hasegawa's reused the running gear off the entire Legacy. So, yeah, we're not going to use these plastic parts. Well, I don't think we are anyway. We'll find out going forward. In here, we've got some blue and red vinyl. So the blue will be mud flaps, and the red will be seat belts, and we've got the antenna there as well. We'll probably use the blue. We won't use the red. We'll use some of our Edward seat belts, and we've got our own rally antennas as well, which there will be a Pro Scale soon as well. I've ordered some. So yeah, at least you get it. The blue vinyl material is not bad for the mud flaps. This stuff for the seat belts is terrible. I tried to use it before, and there's the photo edge to go along with it. It's a nightmare. If you want to use it, use it. In here though, we're going to just go through this at the same time. We've got footrests, we've got bracings, we've got all the harness hardware there as well, and the mirror insert. So that's all in photo etch. On the other side, we've got photo etch for the discs. Okay. Dust shields are they? More photo etch and window wipers as well. And we've got some reg numbers too. So, okay, not bad. Whether we use the photo etch with... Oh, we do. We do. Oh, okay. But we've only got front discs. Okay. Alright. Okay, well, we can figure that out. We'll have a look at the instructions. So, photo etch, not bad. That's good. We've got the mud flaps, not have you there. Not bad at all. We've got some slick tyres and some polycaps. I'm not going to take them out because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing on the side of the tyres. They've got a seam in the middle that I'll need taken care of. So there's 4 of those, believe it or not. No spare in the car. We've got white metal. This is the bit you're paying for now. The photo etch, the resin dashboard, and the white metal bits are what you're paying extra in the kit for. So let's have a little look. So, white metal, yeah, it's going to need a proper go over a file. Is it an improvement over the plastic part? Honestly, no. Not really at all. You can see those side by side. Yeah, pretty much no improvement. This will be harder to work with because you've got to file this. It is malleable, so it's easy to misshapen as well. So will I use the white metal? Not sure yet. But I can't see any real benefit in using the white metal over the plastic. The plastic's going to fit better. These parts we were paid for though, which is a bit frustrating. We've got these rear cross member pieces now. Let's have a look at these. So these are bent, they're going to need straightening up. And again, no benefit over the plastic parts at all. Again, hard to clean up. They're going to need all straightening up. So will they use them? Don't know. Same with that one. Brake discs. Where are the brake discs? We had those before, didn't we? Where's they gone? Where have they gone? Did we get brake discs? I've seen them before. There they are. Right, let's have a look. So the front ones would be those. So they are substantially bigger for a start. Substantially bigger. So that's good. So yeah, there's a benefit there. The caliper has a lot more detail on it. If I can get them side by side, which is pretty tricky to do. Ignore my nail, I've been mixing paint this morning. There is more detail on the caliper. Like I say, it is a bigger disc, and I'm assuming the photo etch will go on here as well. It'll go around the outer edge. So again, it'll have more detail. So yes, the white metal discs will be used. The shim is on for the back as well. but we have got the photo edge. We're going to have a look at the instructions in a minute and confirm that. Now, other parts, we've got suspension struts and drive shafts, I can see in there. So again, are these an improvement over the kit parts? So, this is a rear one. And there's a rear one. Okay, substantially thinner. I mean, would these have been coilovers back in the day? I'm guessing so. Because if they are appropriately sized. And, if you look there, that might be the difference in the parts. Because this is a tarmac car. It will lower, as you can see there, that probably lowers it by about half a centimetre. There is a difference in size there. So I'm wondering if that other subframe is what will lower the car, if it's different in height compared to the other bits. Where's the other bits going? No, they're in front of me, dummy. So I'm just wondering if this is what is used to lower the car. Because that arcs up. Ah, yes. So if you look there, this one has a rise in that piece, whereas this doesn't. So there's the difference. This will lower the car. It's a tarmac stage car. This is what lowers it. So we will be using these. So there's the question solved. So there we go. So we've got front and rear suspension. Again, I'm going to guess that the front struts are lower. Again, let's have a little look. Yep, substantially lower and thinner. They actually look like real coilovers. I don't know if this would have ran coilovers back in the day. I probably would not have. But it lowers the car substantially. So there we go. There's the question answered. Probably a few out there already going, it's for lowering it, dummy. And I'm like, what? And then we've got drive shafts to suit, which are a little bit mangled. It's taking a bit of work. So with these bits, I'll probably shove them in my magnetic tumbler to clean them up, and then we're going to file on them and some sanders and get them all nice and cleaned up. So there we go. The white metal parts lower the car. We've got the P to add detail. We've got the tyres. We've got the white metal wheels as well. These are speed lines. Now, I'm pretty sure I do have a resin set of these in the stash somewhere. But as I was talking to Aaron the other day, Aaron bought this kit. Well, I corrupted him into buying it. Is other than being a little bit pitted, these don't actually look too bad. And it is kind of an old school build, isn't it? So I might use these myself. I think I'll stick them through the tumbler and we'll get some nice filler primer on there. And once we get them painted, which is going to be Subaru BBS Gold, and clear coated, it should smooth it all out. So I think we'll use these wheels. Like I said, I do have them in 4 and 5 stud, because I've got bought some 4 spokes for the Escort Cosworth I'm going to build. And I'm pretty sure I've got a set of I think they're like Renaissance or something, I can't remember now, in the box. But to be honest, the resin ones can often be worse than these. So these don't look too bad. Yes, they're not too bad. Standard Hasegawa Tamiya fit on the back. So they're all the same size and they're all pretty much the same condition. So they shouldn't be a problem. There's no other wheels in the kit, so the only option with it. And then we've got our dashboard as well, which is resin. Now I have looked at this. There was a closer picture somewhere and this looks way better. Way nicer than the kit one. Again, still a little bit soft, but it is a definite improvement over that pretty nasty kit one. I put them side by side. It's a lot sharper detail. The buttons are more defined. Yeah, it looks better. It's not the best, obviously. It's old school resin. It's poured, and this is just dire. The way the pour stubs into the back, you've got to clean all that off. Not the end of the world, but a bit of forethought for a modeler. If that was a modeler for that, I'd have that pour stub under here or out the way, but it's just the way things go with these being mass produced. So the dashboard, a nice addition as well. And then tyres looked at, wheels we looked at, that was looked at. Right, so let's have a look at the decals as well. So the kit overall, typical soft Hasegawa plastic, not the best. White metal bits, they're there for a reason, so we'll use those. Wheels look good. Glass, very disappointing, just one of those things. Right, so we've got some reverse Pirelli tyre markings there. We know how to put these on. They're a piece of cake. Cut them out, put them on reverse side round, wet them, keep burnishing them down, and then peel the back of paper off. Job done. I have a video of that on this channel if you go and have a look. So tyre markings are there. We've got window masks for our broken windows. Yay, thanks Hasegawa. So always a good addition to the kit. And we've got decals. Now Hasegawa decals can be a little bit thick. These don't feel too bad. Obviously, we're not going to be using a lot of them. Now, what I will say is, on these ones, the white looks very thin. So these number boards look good. The ones on my aftermarket decals, not so much. So, we'll have to have a look what we can do there. But the kit decals look good. Obviously, they are the kind of muted, they're the PC decals. But it's up to you which ones you choose. Colour looks good. They're all in register. It's Carlos Sainz's car, isn't it? It is. We've got the Speedline logos there. We've got some instruments, all the computer there. Recaro for the seats, the Rally Monte-Carlo stage badges, Repsol sponsorships, and so on and so forth. Subaru badge, which I have replacement ones. We will use some of these because we're not going to use all these, so some of these will be used. So I'm going to build this hopefully pretty soon. So yeah, they should be alright. I've never really had much of a problem with Hasegawa decals. They can be a little bit thick, like I say, which I guess we've got something in common. But overall, they tend to go down alright. Right, and these are aftermarket ones. Now, these are Le Mans decals. I got these from eBay. They came from France. It took about, I think it was just under 2 weeks to come. Now, they are printed all in one sheet. So the carrier film is over the entire sheet. So you're going to have to cut out each decal as close as you can. Now, we've got the proper Subaru 555 tobacco sponsorships. We've got the Repsol logos. This is number 4, which is Colin McRae's car, isn't it, if I remember right? Do we get markings for the driver? Yeah, we do. There we go. Now, the only bit I don't like on these is the number boards. They're not very white, but white is the hardest decal to print because you need a special printer to print it in white. So what I'd like to do with these is either mask and spray white on the blue for these to go down on, or look for a white board I've already got to put down underneath and then pop this on. Now, if you look at it, these do look a bit smaller than the kit ones, so I should have one of my spares because I've got a feeling if I put those on that blue, the blue is going to bleed through. The only decals we've got are Repsol, which are probably in here, so we can probably use the decals in there. We can have a look at it. We have a Repsol decal. It's a bit bigger than that one. But other than that, the decals look alright. I mean, time will tell. I've not used these before. I know people have. These weren't cheap. I think they were £15, £16 posted. But it gives us our proper sponsorship decals. Hopefully they'll lay down okay, and we'll find out. So there's everything in the kit, and there is all my decals as well, which I'm going to pop back in there with a bit of card. And I'm going to have a quick look through the instructions. Now, it's anything like the Miura instructions with the bloody PE instructions. They're going to be very confusing because, yes, they certainly are in there. So that's all the kit content's gone through. Right, instructions. So, I'll look through these. So, these are all the bits we get extra. So, the other PE set that's in the kit for the belts on, that comes with the standard kit. This is everything we get extra. So, we're paying basically £40 for this because the standard kit is £40. I paid £80 for this. So we're paying £40 for all this. Now, if you work it out, it's not too bad. So a set of wheels, aftermarket wheels, can be £15, £20. Detail upset, £10 to £15. Measured dashboard, £5 to £10. The lowering bits and bobs from the likes of K&P, they're not cheap at all. The only downside is, would I choose detail up parts in white metal over resin? In the days of 3D printed resin now, the quality is far superior, so I wouldn't. But it's an old school kit. It's probably from around this age to start with, 1995, so it's approaching 30 years old. So yeah, it is just one of those things. So there's a separate sheet in here for these parts, so it's telling you what to do. So the dashboard, the brakes, so we have got PE for the brakes and suspension, and the rear as well. So they're the plastic parts, they're the white resin bits. Replacement of the drive shafts on the drivetrain we looked at earlier, and then the subframes and the trailer arms there as well. The wheels, the decals, the window wipers, which have got better decal instructions than alpha models. I'll give them that because I actually tell you how to do them and where they go. And then a license plate as well. And then some legends on the back. So a nice little amendment sheet to get with the kit which explains how to do it. So like I say, would I choose these? No, I wouldn't. I'd rather 3D printed. But we get to lower the car for the proper tarmac spec. And if you look at that wheel, it's proper in its arches, so it's going to look absolutely stunning. So yeah, I think for the money, I think the extras are worth it. We're going to talk about this in depth at the end. We'll give a proper view. These are the kit instructions that come with them all. Bit of info on the car there if you want to read it. You can have a pause. There you go, have a little read of that. All the call-out colours there. The blue it calls out for is cobalt blue. According to this, now is it telling us to do it all in one colour? A. So A is going to be body colour, isn't it? Let's have a look who it calls out for A. Is it going to tell us? Right, so we've got parts there for the detail upset. It tells us what is needed and what is there. Again here as well. So the detail upset parts are shown in little boxes, which is nice, and also shows you where they need bending, what have you as well. So we start off with the interior. We won't. We'll start with the body, roll cage, seats, dashboard, transmission. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do on those with the white metal bits. We've got the glass, a lot of masking on the glass as well. Thankfully, we've got the masking sheets, and then the painting and assembly of the car. So you can go through all this and figure out. I'm just trying to find the legend for the colour A. I didn't see it on the front sheet unless I'm being blind. There's no mention of it, is there? Because I reckon that blue is going to be a mix. Ah, there it is. So the body colour is a mixture of 65 bright blue, 80 cobalt blue, and 30% clear red. What the hell? Okay, it's a bit odd. But like I say, this is the proper colour, so I'll be using this on the car instead. Right, moving on. We get into window masking and then assembly. So obviously this is where you have all the car painted. We've got the rear spoiler, the rear lights, the roof scoops, which we'll be modifying. Got bonnet pins, always a nice touch. The light covers. Well, we've got assembling the chassis to the body. There's a life-size diagram there for your mud flaps, which is always good to get. So you can cut that out and cut around them perfect. And they do look alright. I've used them before. And then the markings as well, if we're going to use the kit decals. For our aftermarket ones, you need to find an online reference to the car and have a look at it, because some of it's going to be different. So obviously the treble 5 is going to go here and here, but there are going to be some differences throughout the build. And then there's all the sprues there as well. Everything in blue is what we're not going to use, so quite a lot of the kit not used. And there's, as I always like to see, both sides of the car shown for the decals, so you can see it. It's always saying mirror it. It's quite difficult to imagine or figure out where things are actually going to go. So there we go. Let's go back to me with some thoughts. Okay then, so I am kind of torn on this one. Is it worth the money? No. No. The kit is really showing its age. The detail is really soft on the body and all the parts. There's a lot of flash. Flash isn't the end of the world. It can be cleaned up. Soft detail is a bit more of an issue. Luckily, the dashboard's replaced with a resin one, so there's a bonus. But is it worth the money? No. It's not worth £82 at all. Not for what you get, just purely for the quality of the kit. It's definitely showing its age. It could do with a modern day remanufacture by a company, and as far as I know, it's only Hasegawa that does this specific rally car of this year. So you're kind of stuck, and this is the flip side now, that if you want to build it, then it is worth the money. Because I think for £40 odd pounds, which tends to be what the standard kit goes for, I've not looked properly, but they are around that price point. The kit's still not worth the money. I've said that about Hasegawa for years, but it's the only gig in town, so you're kind of stuck with it. Now, are the white metal parts worth it, and the PE? Because it's based on another £40, as we just discussed. Yes, I think they are. They lower the car to the correct ride height. They give us the correct wheels, and we get some bigger discs, which I'm assuming the tarmac stage car would over the gravel. We get the wheels, the speedline rims as well. So, like I say, I think quality-wise, the kit's not worth it. As a fan of the car, or the driver, or whatever, it's worth it in that respect. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, this one. Now, one thing I don't like is the lack of the proper sponsorship decals. I understand why, because if Hasegawa sticks them on the box, they can't sell them in certain countries. Other companies get around it by selling detail upsets with the extra parts in, or they cut the decals up so you put them on yourself. But I understand why they do that. It's the same reason you don't get swastikas in most aircraft, because it limits the marketing for the company. I bought the aftermarket decal from Le Mans. Again, 15 quid. They don't look like the best quality decals. The proof will be in the pudding when we come to use them, and we'll see how they go down. So, one thing that is completely inexcusable is broken parts in a kit. In a modern day kit, in this day and age, there is no excuse for broken parts, whether it's a cheap £15 Revel or Tamiya kit, or a £600 Model Fatty Hero kit. There is no excuse for it. It is poor packaging. It's just somebody who it doesn't have, just isn't doing their job properly at the end of the day. That's my opinion on it. So to get clear parts shoved in a bag, which those clear parts would be in that bag on their own in the standard kit. Maybe it'd have the photo etch in, but shoved in there with heavy, sharp white metal bits, which have damaged it and cracked it by the look of it. It's inexcusable. Now I'm going to put the feelers out on my groups, on my page and what have you, and if anybody else can help me out there. If anyone's got the clear interior glass parts for this kit, hit me up. Yes, I know I could weather it, and there's all sorts I could do. I don't want to do that. I want to replace it and have it looking good. Hasegawa support in the UK, I don't think it's the best either, so I've not got much hope in hell of getting a replacement for Hasegawa either. And it's not necessarily the eBay seller's fault, is it? So I'm not going to go back to them. So make anyone help me out. Drop me a message. There's an email address in the description down below. I'll buy them from you, pay the postage, wherever we need to do. Drop me a message and we'll sort it out. And if not, I'm just going to have to grin and bear it and put a decal over the crack or something. I'll figure it out either way. But this kit is one I'm quite excited to build. It's a great looking car. That box, I'm looking at my monitor, that box art is epic. That will be going on my ceiling with all my other stuff. So yeah, it looks an okay kit. It's showing its age. I think the extras make a difference. I don't think it's worth the money, personally, from an actual model builder's point of view. But from an enthusiast point of view, it is. I hope you understand that analogy I'm doing there. That in one respect it's not worth the money, and another it is. So yes, I'm hoping to build this pretty soon. It is up on the build list, as well as about another 40 different kits. I'm hoping to do a buddy build with Aaron. If anybody else has got the kit and you want to join in, it is readily available, mainly from Japan. There's loads of stock in Japan, although they are fetching silly money. But if you look on UK eBay, you might still get it from the seller I got mine from. And there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you think of the kit. Is it worth the money? Let me know your thoughts. I'll be interested to see, have you built the kit? Have you built this super detailed one? Any problems? And if you can help me out with that glass, let me know as well. And there we go. So if you want to have access to all my videos and full access to all the video builds and exclusive content, become a patron. There's perks all listed up here. There's links down below for that. All applicable tiers, starting from like £3 upwards. There's links to everything else in the description of the video. Pro scale paint is there. We mix all colours at request. We've got over 740 colours on the site now. We sell loads of other stuff as well, so go over to the website and have a look there. Like I said, there's an email address if you want to get in touch with me. You can go look at my ScaleMate stash down there. There's links to all the social media associated with myself as well. And of course, make sure you sub to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, click that bell notifications to get notified of the latest videos, and please leave a comment. Love reading all your comments. I truly do love reading the comments. I might not reply. I get so many. It's hard to keep up replying them. I can spend hours a day replying to comments. It doesn't mean I don't like them. I read every single one. They pop up on my phone. I appreciate everyone's feedback. Especially if we built this kit or you can help me with that glass. Let me know. Alright? Thanks for watching today. Enjoy your day. And as always, thanks to my wonderful patrons. Without whose support, I couldn't carry on doing this. So there we go. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.